Hello, my friends. How are you? Today is a very special feast for us Catholics. We celebrate Corpus Christi, which means that we affirm our faith in the real presence of Jesus and the Blessed Holy Eucharist. The readings that we have in the Mass, first of all, we take Genesis, where we find this strange guy called Melchizedek. And he offered bread and wine. And then in the psalm, we talk about Jesus as being a priest according to the order of Melchizedek. So we have a high priest in heaven called Jesus, and he is in the order of Melchizedek. Then we have a second reading from St. Paul, where he says something extraordinary, because he says that he received from the Lord that the night he was betrayed, and then he talks about the institution of the Eucharist. It's very strange. I think that this is the only place where St. Paul is specifically saying that Jesus himself told him about it. So it wasn't received from the apostles, not received from the other teachers. So there was a guy called Ronald Knox, Monsignor Ronald Knox, and he said, if you look at what Jesus asked us to do over 2,000 years, it seems that we've broken every advice and commandment that Jesus gave us. But strangely enough, one thing which has continued to happen over the centuries is that in one form or another, the celebration of the Eucharist, the celebration of the Lord's Supper, Holy Communion, has always been maintained by the believing community. And then in the Gospel, we find Jesus looking at the crowd and discerning that they are hungry. And Jesus is still looking at the crowd and is discerning that there is a hunger. There's a hunger not just for physical food, but for identity, for meaning. And the Gospels say today that, and they were satisfied. And I remember the part from the Psalms where it says, taste and see that the Lord is good. In our life, we need sustenance. And Jesus is the manna that the Father has sent for us to be sustained in our way to Him. Jesus does not give us a teaching, although He gives us teaching. He doesn't just give us a doctrine, although He gives us doctrines, but He gives us Himself, body, blood, and everything. So, my dear friends, let us accept the fullness of Jesus. Let us accept Him as the manna that the Father has sent. We pray, give us this day our daily bread. And some Greek scholars say that our daily bread is super substantial bread, the bread that we need for us to be sustained as human beings. The answer of the Father to us hungry human beings is Jesus, the bread of life. God bless you, my friends.